What was your reaction to Dr. Cole's talk on the challenge of change?
My first reaction was that we've got to expand our minds on how long we're going to live. The second thing was looking at the finances of where we are as a country at the moment. That was really interesting to me on where we are and trying to work out how we're going to get to where we want to go as a country.
So what stood out most to you in the IGR?
The one fact was that in the 1900s, that 92% of females were expected to live and celebrate their first birthday. And then in 2055, it's expected that 92% of females are going to celebrate their 97th birthday. So, for me, that was a huge change and expansion in how we think about humanity and how long we're going to live and how's that going to affect society and who we are.
In 40 years' time, it's 2055, and you're looking back at this generation right now. What would you like people in the future to say about what this generation achieved?
In 2055, I'd like to think that people would say that Gen Y are a generation that changed the world. We're a generation of change, we're a generation of innovation, because I think there is a real shift in people going from solo, self-focus to a fulfillment and contribution-focused world, and you start to see that.
Which of these challenges means most to you personally, as a person, but also in your business?
The way technology is changing how we do business is definitely a challenge for us. I think that for us to become significantly abundant, we have to look outside of Australia. We have to utilise the brain power and the resources, the people, the ideas we have here in Australia, but go across the world and contribute to other countries.
How can we more successfully compete as a nation within a global economy?
There's a huge opportunity for the private enterprise and the government to help businesses take what they do here in Australia and move that globally.
What's the process, do you reckon, for addressing these changes?
I think the process for addressing these changes starts with awareness. Let's get it out there. Let's create a discussion. Everyone's pretty clear that we have a great country now. How do we make sure that we continue to have a great country?
In the end, what do you think about the challenge of change and the IGR and the impact that it might have on Australia?
To tell you the truth, I haven't really thought about how the change that's happening is going to affect me in 40 years, but it's pretty interesting. In 40 years' time, I'll be 67, and 67 will be the new midlife crisis.